Hello, you lovely ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mings, and I welcome you guys back to my Andaron Saga 0% growths, all Lunatic objectives playthrough. Today we're tackling Chapter 3, Glory of the Hunt, which I know is a chapter that has given a lot of you some headaches on your first playthroughs, particularly those of you who were stupid enough to go Lunatic on your first playthrough. I told you guys not to do it. You did it anyway. Let me know who you are in the comment section. I know you're out there. Anyway, this chapter, as I said, it can be a little bit overwhelming, but as with any defense chapter in Fire Emblem, you tackle it by playing hyper-aggressive. You want to get into a point where you are spawn camping the enemies as they come out of their caves, and when you do that, the chapter actually becomes very manageable, even with 0% growths. Now, before we get started, as I'm doing bottle preps in the background here, I know a lot of people will ask, Mengs, did you fish and did you get anything? And the answer is no, I didn't fish. I wanted to, but then I was like, even if I had won anything, you guys would have just accused me of cheating or rigging or tainting in the comment section. I just didn't want to deal with that, so I didn't even want to see if I got anything from the fishing game. You can get some very nice things, but I didn't want to. So as we start here, we are joined by a new character in Estelle. She's kind of bad. She can do some chip damage thanks to her Dazzle skill, but I don't really see myself using her long term. As we start off here, the first objective of the map is to try and clear out as many centaurs as we can, and then we're going to move basically into 4 kill squads. In the southeastern corner right here is going to be Coulter and Thea, and they're going to be joined by Sham eventually. Now, the secret Lunatic objective for this chapter is to kill the 4 cons. They are the pre-promoted centaurs that are stationary. And they have armor, they have leadership stars, and they drop stat boosters. We gotta kill all 4 of them. You wanna do this anyway, so this is pretty easy Lunatic objective. Runa and Samuel are gonna be the second squad that's gonna go in the top left. And in the top right, you have a lot of enemies, so that's gonna be the biggest squad. We have Jaka, Baudimon, Lilanette, Angelus, Fred, and they're gonna eventually be joined by Victoria on turn 2. The halberd here is very important. I'm gonna teleport that down to Barrett and Bjarki and Estelle, who are the 4th kill squad. They're eventually going to be joined by some other units, but they're going to start things off. The tents act as supply, so you can actually grab items from the convoy there. So I kill the halberd-wielding centaur, and I grab it from the tent with Barrett. This allows me to trade it to Bjarki later on. He can use that to deal some nice damage to the con. And here's another item which is going to see a lot of use in this chapter, the hunting bow that Runa picked up from her village. It's a very strong bow. It deals bonus effective damage to all the centaurs, like every single enemy on this map, and it can be used by Samuel as well, since he has bows. And in fact, we're going to be leveling up Samuel's bow rank quite heftily in this chapter. And I got a very nice lucky crit with Fred there. I was very happy about that. That definitely makes things a little bit easier for me. Fred is almost level 10, so he's almost eligible for early promotion. I still haven't quite decided who is going to be my early promotion, but Fred might be a good candidate. We'll see. So, in terms of stat boosters or stealables, there is a talisman down in the bottom right corner. That's why I'm sending Coulter over there together with Thea. I also popped their support together to give them some boosts. I'm going to give Coulter the Peshkots. And here we got another unit joining us, Victoria the Sword Cav. I don't know how viable she is in a 0% growth strand. She certainly can dish out a lot of damage with effective weaponry, which can be nice. She comes with a Sambato. Her personal skill makes her hit twice, like it basically means every single weapon she uses is a brave weapon. There is certainly some use for Victoria, I think. I don't know if she's all that great in a 0% growth context, but I'll give her some kills and we'll see if a promotion is warranted. Now here, Baudimon takes care of the con. This needs to be done before he attacks melee, because he has a hand axe and a brave axe. And if he attacks with the brave axe, he'll drop the hand axe. But if you can kill him while his hand axe is equipped, he'll drop the brave axe. And the brave axe is extremely good, so we make sure you get that no matter what. So that is 1 out of 3 cons killed. Now, Thea and Coulter are really strong down in this corner. As long as you keep them on terrain, the centaurs won't hit them at all, which is really nice. Runa and Samuel are going to run up here together, using the cover of the mountain to attack with their bows. And I'm going to have Barrett trade over the halberd with Bjarki, and Estelle is just going to run around dealing chip damage and debuff with her Shine Tome. Sham is also getting ready to join them as well. So here, Sham is actually going to go to the right first. He'll come back later, though. No, sorry. Sham is actually going to the bottom left. It is, or bottom right. Fred is the one who's going to be joining the kill squad down in the bottom left. So, Yeah, I realized that I probably needed some help with Coulter and Thea. They're pretty good on their own, but their damage output isn't exactly amazing. So I decided that Shum might be needed, although I think they would have been able to finish the job on their own. So here, Samuel is just dealing with a bunch of centaurs on enemy face. Thea will get attacked a little bit from 2 range by the magic-wielding centaurs, but it's fine, it's not really a big deal. She has a concoction to heal herself up. Now, I'm going to kill Garam on turn 3 here. He's stationary, and Victoria can one-round him pretty easily. I just use Angelus to dance for her, and with the Sambato, I think she has like a 100% chance to kill him, so that's pretty easy. That's 2 leadership stars removed from the enemy, and also the objective to recruit Garam at the end of the chapter fulfilled. Pretty easy to do, but still is something you want to get out of the way. I do this talk with Jaka and Victoria. It doesn't give experience, which is a little bit of a bug, but I did it anyway out of reflex, I guess. But that is actually supposed to give 10 experience. We just forego, I guess. Final run. Something. So Shum takes care of that particular centaur, and I am using the Moonblade very liberally here. I do realize that it might actually be a weapon that I should conserve a little bit, because it is ridiculously good. I get the Illuminate staff here. Normally you want to like spam a bunch of Illuminates with Lunatic, but I decided not to in this context. And here I do something kind of interesting. I actually attack with a short bow on Runa. And then I train over the hunting bow to Samuel. I use the hunting bow to kill this weakened centaur right here. And then he'll kill the Khan off an enemy face with his hunting bow. I'm healing the tent with Lilith. I don't know if this will be viable or not. Like, I am giving her some experience when I can. I don't know if I'll promote her. There are better healers in a 0% growth context. One thing that I forgot to mention is that if you lose every single tent, then you will get a game over. But this will not be a problem in this run. In fact, I don't think any of my tents will take any damage. So here I use Estelle to chimp with Shine, and then I rescue her with Barret. This not only reduces the centaur skill by 4, which is kind of nice, but it also allows Bjarki to kill with the halberd later on, which is also kind of nice. And you can see that the top right group of centaurs, they're now basically being spawn camped, so I have them on lockdown, essentially. So Samuel gets to attack at range. You see with his hunting bow, he one-rounds the Khan, even with 0% growth, which is very nice, and that gives us the golden egg. So that is 2 out of 4 Khans defeated. Pretty easy. And I'm trying to use Dawncaller as much as possible with Baudemon because it essentially costs nothing. So I'm conserving my I consider every attack I make with the Dawncaller a victory because I'm essentially conserving my resources. Because it's an unbreakable sword, so I try to use it as much as I can. So we only have 1 Khan, sorry, we have 2 Khans left, but I do believe the 3rd Khan will die very soon now. As you can see right here, this squad has absolutely no problems killing units. I use the Sambato with Victoria and her killing edge, but in fact, a regular steel sword or iron blade will get the job done. So I don't actually need to do that, and I do realize that at some point, but I do use the Sambato quite a bit for a few turns, which I guess if I was super optimal, I could have gone back and changed that, but I was like, you know what? I don't know if I'll actually struggle with horse-slaying weapons in this run, because you get so many. But here, Coulter has reached this forest section here, and he's going to have Thea backing him up. He's going to start to chip down the Khan. Now, Thea can use her Moonblade to practically one-round that Khan, or close to one-round him. So I only need to do a little bit of chip on him to kill him. And now, we're going to go into this section right here. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, sorry for that. I had to make a shortcut. My girlfriend had a kitchen accident, so I needed to go help her. But, let's jump back into this. She shattered some glass. I had to go help her clean it up. Anyway, Bjarki just murdered the 3rd Khan. That leaves only 1 out of the 4 Khans left. And with that, this map is going to get progressively easier. We're going to get all the stat boosters. Barrett's going to drop Estelle away a little bit, leaving Bjarki to deal with the centaurs with the hand axe. I'm giving him a lot of experience because he is one of those units that I plan on promoting at level 10, primarily because he has ballista access, and that's going to make some chapters a lot easier for me. So, yeah, you may notice the positioning of Runa and Samuel. They're like going to be behind the mountain, so they can literally spawn camp the centaurs. You'll see how much bow rank I give Samuel in this chapter. It's actually pretty funny. But yeah, Bjarki does get brought a little bit low here. There are some mages that can deal some decent damage to him. So we gotta be careful here. Now, the centaur that just attacked Coulter and got crit, he actually has a talisman, which I want to steal. So I was a little bit worried that Coulter was gonna crit him twice, but luckily that did not happen. So, as we are entering what I think is turn 4 or turn 5, now we have our kill squads in position to pretty much just spawn camp the centaurs as they come out of their caves. Baudimon gets a nice little dawn color crit here. As you can see right here, I am using the Sambato even though I really don't have to. These centaurs actually aren't that durable. They have a lot of HP, but their defenses are really low. So here, Thea is going up against the Khan. You can see that she can do a very hefty amount of damage to him with her Moonblade because he is considered an armored unit. And that is the 4th Khan dealt with, and Coulter gets the talisman, so that's pretty much all the side objectives cleared for this chapter. But we are going to go on for a few more turns because this is an 8-turn defense chapter, so it's going to take us a little while. But Runa takes out the centaur with her hunting bow. And Runa actually got a lot of experience in this chapter. She's level 3 now. If I want to early promote her, I can. But here, I'm using Samuel's short bow to kill the centaurs from the caves, and it turns out he actually has the damage output to kill them. He doesn't even need to use the hunting bow, which is nice, because the short bow gives a lot of weapon experience when used, and I'd like to get Samuel to C rank in bows so he can use great bows in Chapter 7. This is incredibly useful. So here, I'm setting up Fred into the new kill squad. He's been tracking all over the map there to join them, because I feel like they needed a little bit of extra damage, and Fred wasn't really needed up in the northeast, so... But here, Thea is actually level 7. I'm astounded by how many kills she's gotten in the 0% growth run. I wouldn't think Thea to be a viable unit in this run, but her Moonblade is actually really nice. So Fred arrives on the scene with this javelin to help out. And turns out that the bottom left group actually by far is the one struggling the most here. Now Estelle's going to get a couple levels here, but I don't see myself using her much beyond this. Bjarke is doing good work with his hand axe here. Estelle gets a nice little crit with her Shine Tome, which is also nice. And they also have Lunatic down there to help her out. Now Thea will occasionally be struck by a 2-range centaur, which is a little bit annoying. It's not really that dangerous. Nothing I need to worry myself overly over here. So yeah, this is going to be the next few turns. I'm just going to kill the centaurs as they arrive. Baudimon's going to use his Dawn Caller. If he doesn't get the kill, I'll dance for him with Angulus. And then Victoria will just kill the Mystic that spawns on the right-hand side. And Jaka's pretty much just moral support, giving Baudimon support bonuses. I didn't proc any supports aside from the Coulter Thea one. I could have procced the Bjarke Barrett one if I wanted to, but I didn't really see the use for that because Barrett is a unit that's going to be hitting the bench very soon. And there are better targets for Bjarke to support up with. And I could kill Barrett off, of course, but I don't really want to do that just in case I might need her later on. So I'm choosing not to go down that route. So you can see how nice this position is for Samuel. And as soon as Runa moves away from her spot, he will actually deal with 2 centaurs per turn with his bow. And not only that, he just hit C rank in bows. So that means that he can now use great bows, which is fantastic. That's going to make Chapter 7 significantly easier, because with a great bow, Samuel can one-shot Wyvern Lords, even with 0% growths. And I need units that can one-shot Wyvern Lords. That's going to be very important. So Barrett gets 2 misses in a row here. I was a little bit peeved about that, but ultimately I didn't end up resetting the turn. I thought that, you know what, I might as well keep playing. Healing up Estelle a little bit here. You can see it's only really the bottom left group that's still struggling. Everyone else has gotten the Centaur infestation pretty much under control. So you can see how easy this map gets once you're actually able to defeat most of the stationary enemies. It's not really that hard at all. I was a little bit worried about Estelle here, but those centaurs are in the mountains, so they really can't reach. So I'm just putting Bjarke there. He's doing good work with a hand axe here, being in the forests. Very hard for them to hit you with that 20% avoid bonus. So yeah, not really that much to say, honestly. But you can see this this position for Samuel is extremely nice. He's getting 2 experience per kills now, and you can tell it's going to be very hard to level Samuel up to 10 from here on out, because he hardly gets any experience for his kills. So here Baudimon gets a lucky crit with the Dawn Caller. This prompts me to send him over to Victoria and trade his Iron Blade over to her, because I'm like, why am I using a Sambato here? I don't really need to. Like, if you can see her, Victoria's damage output with an Iron Blade is actually really good. Like, she easily one-rounds these centaurs with 100% hit rate. So I was like, yeah, maybe I should save my Sambato a little bit more than what I'm currently doing. And here I'm also deciding to conserve the Moonblade a little bit. I'm actually just using an Iron Sword with Thea. At this point, I might as well get her up to level 10 just in case I want to early promote her. With the Moonblade, the Swordmaster Thea might actually have some use. So we'll see if I can end up doing that or not. So this turn was actually a little bit nasty. I decided to use a Concoction on Bjarki just because there are so many Centaurs around here and I don't know if I'll be able to kill them all. This squad isn't exactly super adept. I only really have the Halberd, but the Halberd is one range. So, but I set everyone up here with 2 ranged weapons, and then I used Lunatic to heal them up. Estelle just hit level 3, so again, don't think I'll be hitting level 10 on her. But she's still quite useful for this chapter, as long as you don't put her in range of too many enemies and keep her in the forest as much as possible. So I think I'm close to hitting B rank in bows on Samuel now, because he's been getting a lot of kills, and in case you don't know, the short bow gives 3 weapon experience. And then you get double that if you land the killing blow. So you can actually get to S rank pretty easily with it, and that would be pretty cool, getting that 5% hit and crit on Samuel. I don't think it's going to happen, but I might as well try. I mean, it's not like I can improve the strength of my characters in any other ways, right? But yeah, look at that. Really like that. So I do believe this is going to be the final turn. So here comes the last batch of Centaurs, and yeah, this is the last turn. So here, it's pretty much just trying to kill as many people as possible. To be fair, I don't really need to kill these guys with Baudemont. It's not like he gets anything out of experience. Same thing with Angelus, really. He doesn't get anything from leveling up, so I'm basically just doing this because I can. But overall, I probably just could have hit and turn and made this turn go by faster. But hey, this isn't like a super optimized run or anything. This is just a regular 0% growth playthrough. I'm not doing an LTC or like a speed run or anything like that. So I might as well give as much experience as I can to my units to make them eligible for early promotion should I want to. Coulter hits level 9, so he's 1 level away from becoming a rogue when I get that Master Seal in Chapter 6. He might be one of the first units I promote. I haven't decided yet, either him or Fred, depending on how much I need the combat. But as you can see, the Centaurs are starting to pile up quite a bit in the bottom left. I probably could have sent Runa down here or something to get a couple of extra kills, but in the end, it wasn't really super necessary. So, Barrett takes care of the Centaur right here, and then I do believe I retreat away with Lunatic. So the 2 ranged Centaurs won't get to her. And there we go. Bjarki scores 1 final kill. And then we just gotta outlast this single enemy phase. And we should be fine. Shum does not get the kill there, but this is fine. He's gonna hit level 10 very soon. So I'm not worried about him. Fred had a Javelin equipped here, and he actually had a very small chance of death if this guy had hit him with a 45, and then the next Mystic could have hit him. So, slight risky strategy right here, but in the end it didn't end up being very difficult at all. And there we go, Samuel kills another unit with the short bow, probably halfway to your C rank now. And there we go, secret objective is a success. And here comes the big choice, whether to kill or spare Garam. I thought a lot about this, I really did. In the end, I decided to kill him. Don't know why the energy ring pop-up was glitched there. And the reason why I decided to kill him is the energy ring is simply too good a stat booster in a 0% growth run. And Garam, while there is some use, I could like early promote him maybe to a Khan in Chapter 7. I've done that a couple times. There's certainly merit to that, but I decided not to. Now, there is another hidden cost to killing him. That's the fact that you don't get his Battle Axe and Longbow, which are actually 2 pretty good items. So, there is merit to keeping Garam alive. I decided to kill him off just because I like the energy ring. But I think both choices are equally viable in a 0% growth run. You can certainly promote Garam if you want to, and I'm sure he will perform pretty well in Chapter 7, but I'm pretty sure I can get through it without him. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching this 0% gross run. Let me know how you think it's going so far. I read all the comments, and I record each episode individually, so if you have any advice for me, please post it in the comment section below. It is going to be very relevant. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Mangs. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.